you do present your proposal as balanced and sustainable. Now, certainly the legislature is going to be making some modifications
Sure.
and negotiations, so it's not going to look exactly the way you've proposed it. We
It
know
never
that.
has, no.
We wouldn't expect it to.
Right.
But you have about 2 years left in office. So after you leave office, does this budget establish sort of a trajectory so that we stay on that path of being balanced and
Yes,
sustainable? And
yes.
how does it do that?
It's a really important question because this budget, and I hope most of what we've done in this administration has been very much about looking beyond the next election to the next generation.
You know, people do think, you know, the big corporations and the people who are rich, and they kind of drive the economy. And I know from your book and from listening to you before, that's not the big part of the economy.
No, and I talked about government jobs just now, but the other place, of course, is small businesses. And we think of the U.S. as a big, small business-friendly, economy. You look at Europe; they have, I don't even remember the statistics, but they have per capita, per person, they have way more small businesses. We have these huge mega corporations, what they refer to as household name corporations, and those are, again, they're not job creators. The job creators are our local businesses, and that's why when you and I aren't working, we can't go down the local, corner and buy something. Those local businesses are suffering and not being able to make ends meet, so they're not hiring, but they are the ones who would hire. Or if we have foreclosures, people don't have the money in their pocket to pay for an extra whatever, or even to buy what they would normally buy because they're trying to keep a roof over their head.
Right. And that's a large part of the economy that keeps us going, right? 70%, I believe.
Yeah, we're the 70%. People are 70%. Business, thank you. Business is 20%, and government's 10%. And business, when the economy gets bad, tends to pull back.
And it wasn't something protected by labor law, because traditional labor law, National Labor Relations Act and such, sort of governs places where there's been an elected union and there's a contract and there's a set of rules for how people behave. This was very different. This was uncharted territory.
Right. That's what made it, I think, unique and had such coverage, well, especially in the local area, but nationally too.
Yeah, nationally, internationally. There was stuff on the BBC, there was stuff in the Guardian newspaper.
Right. And I live in New Hampshire, so I listen to NHPR a lot, and the Exchange, which is a local show, did several programs on it, and with panels of experts commenting on how this is definitely going to be taught in Harvard Business School, is how not to do things on the part of the board, obviously. And it only took one person on the board to switch sides, too, to change the whole thing. But you do wonder what will be those ramifications